Thank you, Mr. Kapoor. I'll request you to kindly stay on with us. Appreciate you joining me this morning. Now, Quinton Hitchcock, the American political consultant, is also joining me this morning, and appreciate you joining me this morning. Thank you very much. Trump's second in command will be meeting with Prime Minister, Mr. Hitchcock, and now there are so many dialogues that are already expected to take place on the card. There are officials which have been accompanying the Trump second in command, with also holding the talks focusing on the bilateral trade agreement and deepening strategic and cooperation ties. What is that the US is looking at to achieve, and also to understand from a perspective which it needs from India, given the fact that China has been completely reciprocating to the tariff game?
Well, China is key for this meeting, and it's coming at a great time for India. India is going to have a tremendous economic opportunity with the continued disputes between China and the US. India has relied on the US heavily for trade for many, many years. So since 2021, the United States has been the top trading partner for India. Now, bilateral trade value between the two countries is estimated anywhere from 150 to about just under $200 billion per fiscal year. Now, that may sound like a lot of money, which it is, but to put that in context, the bilateral trade value that is shared between China and the US is almost triple that amount. So the president and the Trump White House's strategy on this is quite simple, actually. With tariffs becoming a huge discussion, getting very, very noisy and messy between China and the US, Trump does not want the United States economy, the largest economy in the world, to be as dependent on an adversary as we currently are. So that right there is going to be the tremendous opportunity that India has. We already know right now companies like Apple and Google are expanding their presence in India. Companies like Starlink, who is owned by Elon Musk, has already entered into agreements with India. So right now, the two countries, the two governments have a great relationship. We know that President Trump and Prime Minister Modi have a fantastic relationship. Prime Minister Modi was one of the first foreign leaders to visit the White House just a couple months ago. So both governments are starting in a wonderful place, but China is going to be the key player here. They're going to be the factor, and India will be paying very close attention to the discussions that China and the US have, because I can promise you right now, China is viewed almost unanimously in our country by both parties as the biggest adversary that the United States has. And this Trump White House does not want our economy to be dependent solely on an adversary. So it should be very interesting. I'm expecting this meeting between our Vice President Vance and India to be very productive, but we'll have to wait and see.
Well, absolutely. In fact, as there are more